Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Beers and Deers podcast. As always, the guillotine, Rambo. But tonight, back by popular demand, the John Wick of Whitetail and his lovely bride, Kevin Dvoraks and Brandy Dvoraks. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to have you back.
Thank you.
Well, fuck. It's the season is in well beyond its twilight. Actually, we got about 2 days.
It's the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
Yeah.
I've been on the bench, so I'm done.
Yeah, we've
I'm
been
out.
on the bench for a while.
You guys been out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Brandy was telling me it's probably mostly because of the amount of work that you guys put in that fucking freezer, huh?
That
You gotta get tired of fucking chopping deer.
it gets old. It gets old. We tried to go out a couple weeks ago, and she's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." And she's like, "Nah, I've had enough."
And that, like, I want to go kill more. I don't want to deal with them afterwards. If I could just kill them and have somebody else come get them, fine. But I'm so tired of bagging and butchering and
Chopping.
everything else.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of looking at them.
Yeah, I get that. It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
I talked to Boyd Buckland a couple years ago, and he was like, "Don't ever make your hobby into your job."
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
fuck, thousands of deer they butcher.
Oh yeah. I mean,
He does about like just under 1,000 a year typically, which is like it is a full-time job. Like, he's got fucking employees and shit there, but yeah, man, I could definitely see that taken away. You guys obviously aren't
the two
quite at
happiest
that
times
level.
is when you're turning it on for the season,
Yes.
when you're shutting it down for the end.
Like
That's
behind a boat.
It is.
Yeah.
Put it in and pull it out. Yeah, you figure that cooler's been running since September. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just nonstop. If it's not one of ours, it's somebody else's, and you get tired of looking at them.
that's for sure.
The fucking I lost my train of thought there. I'm a little slow.
What's that freezer like on the electric bill? That's what
That's what I was gonna say. You guys probably haven't had to run it that much this year because of how cold it's been.
I
Especially here lately.
still
Turn
run it.
on, yeah.
Do you?
I don't even pay attention. She runs all the finances.
I run the. You honestly don't notice that big of a difference. I mean,
No.
it's not like astronomical to where I'm like, oh my god, turn that thing off. But
I want to say, was it like $60 a month, maybe?
Oh, that's not
if
bad.
Yeah,
that, it's not terrible.
No.
I don't know.
And then shit, with the way the kids leave the lights on, and hell, I don't even know if it's the cooler or if it's a kid. So
Isn't that the truth? Every light in the house is on.
Yeah, Trace Adkins.
yeah.
I'm gonna start us off with a listener question here.
Ooh.
Let me make sure I got this thing facing the right way, which I think I do. So this one is from Eric down in Florida. Shout out to Eric. And it's a two-part question, and it's a tough one, man, because it makes a lot of sense. So I'll just read it. If you could hunt rifle all season as you would bow, would you abandon bow hunting altogether and just stick to the rifle?
No.
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 I'm gonna say no as well. So we've got a full table of no's.
Could you take both of them?
Oh, see now we're
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
no, you can't. Because, I mean, it's just like muzzleloader. You can't take your bow with your muzzleloader.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's...
That would be sick. I could have killed one last night if I had a rifle.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Me
Big
too.
old buck standing at 300. Yeah, it's on.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's what makes rifle season exciting, because bow, there's so many missed opportunities because it's too far, you know. So
I'm the
I think when you
opposite.
finally have rifle season, you know you have a better chance with a further shot.
Rifle
Which I
season's
think is-
just enough to fucking piss you off.
Why?
Because you see
You
6
killed
times
4 in one night. What
Yeah,
are you
but-
pissed off about?
Like, say if you went out and you wanted to buy like chew or soda and you were traveling for your hunting spot and you're doing that shit in September, you go in there. How many people you see in camo?
Yeah, that's true.
And then the first day of rifle season, everybody and their brothers out there, and you're like, where the fuck all these people come from? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's enough to piss you off.
People live for that shit.
Yeah. Like, get out there and try something a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not, I'm still going to go out there and shoot
I'm-
with a rifle, though. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like people come out of the woodwork.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it makes a difference. But at the same time, I'm glad all those motherfuckers ain't out in the woods during bow season.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
As much as I know we need more hunters. I know we need more advocates for hunting as a lifestyle. But I'm glad a lot of them are fair weather, and they just kind of support it, and they'll go hunt a couple days out of the year, and like those are the best. You know what I mean? Those people are
adds
good for
more
us.
deer, adds more pressure to the deer too. So you might see something you wouldn't if you had a bow in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, something come jogging by you never seen before.
Yeah.
Yep. Unintentional deer drives.
Yeah.
They're driving deer from you. So the second part of this question is, if you answered no to the question, why? So, which we all answered no. How do you feel about bows we use being so modern, carbon fiber with the sights? And if you enjoy bow hunting purely for the sport of it, why not use a simpler bow and more simple gear? He feels that the modernity of bow hunting defeats the purpose, other than the extended hunting season. So, but basically, what he's asking is like, if you prefer to use a bow, then why not use like a stick bow? Why not make it as hard as possible?
Well, it's 2022.
That's like saying, why don't you use a flip phone? You know what I mean? Like, the technology is
that's a good
there.
point.
Why are you going to use something that's outdated? You know, it's...
Because it's the age of technology.
Yeah, I mean,
it really is.
Yeah, I think what he's getting at is he's wondering if it's all about making it more difficult on yourself, and it's not. It's the reason we bow hunt, I think, is because we just enjoy
The
bows,
time and the
bow
time.
hunting. There's a lot to it. Like I know you guys use crossbows, we use compounds.
Right.
Well,
You guys are thinking about
We're dabbling.
Hey, now we're talking.
I mentioned that to Seth last Saturday night, and if looks could kill, I'd have been dead in your living room. You're going to what? Yeah, surprise! I mean, you're right. You have to have a challenge because crossbow is getting a little
Too easy?
yeah.
Well, especially with what you're shooting. I
Yeah,
mean,
when you can go
it's-
out and kill 3 in a night.
Right. I think.
So
But I think you should always have a goal or a new challenge for every season too. You know,
Yeah.
this year my challenge was to kill something with my new crossbow because I hadn't killed anything with it. So it's like you have to have, and like this coming up year, I want to use a climber. Like, you know what I mean? You have to have something new, something
if
to
not, it's
challenge yourself with,
it's
or
just going to get
it's
old
going to become boring. I mean,
until you see the price of a new compound. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
buddy. Especially one big enough for you.
I thought
Right.
my Raven was salting.
What have you been looking at? Hoyts, Matthews? What?
Hoyt Matthews. I think I looked at an Elite, but I'm not. I'd have to go somewhere and someone would have to sell me on it because I have no idea. I have no.
Autumn Sky's the place to go. Definitely.
You probably got a pretty big wingspan, so it's going to take a hefty
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he would need an ultra.
or an XL, double XL.
Yeah.
I've never shot a bow that was ever tuned for me. My
Yeah.
dad bought me one when I was in 6th grade, and when you pulled it back, you just kind of pulled everything back to you. You know what I mean? There was
Yeah.
no.
I was different. I was always back here, past my ear. I thought I was going to cut my ear off a couple times when that string whizzed past.
So I mean, I don't know. Going to something different and getting it tuned to me could get me in the right direction, I guess.
I love it. There's nothing like it. And to go back to that, like I feel like it's more ethical with modern technology than it would be with a stick and a string and a wooden arrow.
At least
Yeah.
you're not out there sticking them and losing them all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's the confidence that a compound bow gives you. It's just a big difference. I mean, and a stick bow. Don't get me wrong. I think they're awesome, but like you said, I mean, your effective range is very small. You're not shooting nothing. I mean, I imagine anything really past 20 is a fucking shot. So.
Well, last year at the caribou with the tack, the dude was shooting with a stick and string, and by the time it was hitting the caribou target, they were just bouncing off.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you're going to shoot at a deer at 111 yards,
right.
Wow.
but yeah.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
And a compound, man, they're fun. They're fun to shoot. They're enjoyable. And it's between that and a stick bow, like it's two totally different pursuits. Like a stick bow is you draw and you release, and the way you grip. You use your fingers. You're not using a mechanical release like you are with compound. You don't have sights on it, so it's like a totally different method. It's almost not even the same kind of archery. It's about as different from a compound to a crossbow as a compound is to a stick bow.
Right.
I agree with
It's
that.
almost as different. It's a very just totally different thing.
I would like to pick it up again, though.
Yeah.
Because Maryland has a couple days for traditional shit.
Dude, if I'm going to do that, I'm getting a flintlock pistol.
That's true.
If I'm hunting 3 days in February, I'm not taking a fucking stick bow, dude.
Yeah.
I'm taking a flintlock rifle or pistol.
You got to wait for that thing to go off.
Yeah. Click. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
I'd miss and I'd throw that thing and it'd be over.
Just break it in half over a tree. Boom.
Put a fucking bayonet on the end of it and throw it like a spear. Get some.
I'd love to have a spear.
Is that legal in Maryland?
Spear hunting? I don't know.
Everything's legal till you get caught.
That's true. That's true.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Exactly. Sorry.
Oh, what? I didn't know.
Yeah, I thought that was a good question.
Very
So
good
thank you,
question.
thank you for that, Eric. So after this season, I mean, now that it's in retrospect, what would you like to do differently next season, Kevin? I mean, you mentioned a compound, but is there anything else that you just want to do different next year?
I'd like to go compound climber and try to kill a deer on state or on public.
Ugh. Not for the third
Dude,
one.
I'm gonna go with you boys.
John hates public, man, but dude, public is
Isn't that
really
where the sicko
good.
are though?
Yes.
I'm trying to get one of them.
Yes. Yeah. And
So
public is good if you hunt it at the right time.
Yeah, of course.
Like when public land first like we have a bunch of public around here. When Rogues opens November 6th, like that week there, that place is awesome.
Right.
It's a blast on it. You're gonna see deer, and it's the same thing for Fair Hill. It opens November 1st.
Right.
There's 3 properties in there that open up. It's like any 3 of them, it's gonna be a good fucking hunt.
Right.
It's almost like hunting private property, especially because it's not touched till the fucking rut.
Right.
So I mean, the public can be awesome. It's
I
just-
wouldn't be there like the first day, and you know what I mean. I'd definitely like to kill a sicko. Give it a go round.
Yeah. What about you, Brandy?
I don't.
Got
I
any
just-
goals for next year?
Honestly, just trying a climber. You know what I mean? I've never used one. I don't know anything about them. Never looked at yours.
Oh,
But-
I got a great story about a climber
Yeah.
from last night.
Yeah.
That was sketchy as fuck. I texted John. I was like, "Hey, dude, you might have to come get me."
Yeah, I was walking out of the woods. I was feeling my phone buzz. I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Get back to the truck. You need to come get me. Send his coordinates and everything. I was like, "Geez,
shit.
okay."
Yeah. So last night I sent them a snap too when I did it because I was like, "Fuck, I'm a bad motherfucker with this climber." Until it goes time to get down, and I drop the fucking bottom. So when you're using a climber and this tree had a T in it and it split off, but where it split off, the one part was nice and straight, and I was like, I want to get above that T because it's just sweet. So I got up there, I disconnected my climber, put it up top, pulled my bottom up as high as I could, put my knees in my seat, reached down, disconnected the bottom, and reclipped it over top of that T where the branch split off. So I could continue to climb up, which is sketchy as hell, and like they even tell you not to do that.
Yeah,
But,
don't do that.
because
So he did.
getting down is the hard part.
Right.
Because doing that in reverse is very tricky. So it was great, you know what I mean? I loved my spot. I only seen one deer, and it never came inside of 60, 70 yards. But so it comes time to climb down, and I climb down, and I unhook my bottom, and I'm hanging it down off the side, and I'm trying to reach my cable around underneath of that T where it split, and I can't fucking get it. And I grab the opposite side of it, and I finally get it like hooked in, but I only could get like one clip in, one length of the cable, so it's real big. It's so when it locks in, it's like pointing down like towards the ground almost. And when I did that, it slid down. Luckily, I have a string tying my top and my bottom together, so I'm on my knees, and it slides down. Well, I grabbed my string to go pull it up, and my string was all the way to one side of the bottom of the climber, so it made it cock. So now, every time I pull it, it just locks into the tree. It won't come up. So I'm sitting there, like, pulling it, trying to fucking get it to untwist off the tree. It's like 8 feet below me.
Oh God.
I'm like, fuck. So I fought with it for a while before I was like, all right, it's dark. I got my fucking headlamp on, trying to do this, trying to get this thing up. And I'm like, I dangle myself down, and I grab it with my feet, and I can't get a hold of it. I can't get it twisted because it's just a little bit out of my reach. So I climbed back into the top, and I fucking text John. I was like, "Dude, you might have to come get me, bro." I snapped him the picture of my climber. I'm like, "I'm in trouble here."
God.
And so I'm like, "All right, well, I'll just wait for John." And I'm like, "You know what? Let me keep fucking with it. Maybe I'll get it." So I just kept like pulling it and yanking on it. And then I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna take my bow hanger," and I tied it to my harness or my. Not my harness, but the thing that goes to the tree.
Lanyard?
My lanyard, yeah. I tied it to the end of my lanyard, and like the bow hanger's got a little hook on it where it hangs your bow, and I like lowered that down, and I had the string connected to the other side of the climber, and I grabbed the cable with my bow hanger and pulled up on the cable as I pulled up on the string on the other side and got it to lock in.
MacGyver.
Jesus.
So then once I locked it in, I just dangled myself down again, grabbed it with my feet, brought it up, and finally.
You could have just waited for me.
Well, I was like,
He's man on a mission at that point. He's like, I'm going to get this shit.
I was like, you know what? I didn't want you to have to drive all the way out there and fucking walk out in the woods with your climber. Like, it's fucking dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was
He'd
like,
been hosing you the whole time,
oh,
too.
yeah. He'd have never,
Dumb motherfucker. What are you doing up there?
he'd have been launching arrows at me. Fucking flaming arrows. Taking Snapchats of me. Look at this jackass.
No, I wouldn't have done that.
So I was like, my whole thing was like, well, I'm here. Either way, I'm waiting. I might as well try.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just not going to untie myself. Like, because I thought about it, and I was like, if I untied myself and, like,
Nope.
held down as far as I
That'd been
could, but that, I was up
That'd
too
been
high. I was over 20 feet up. Like,
No.
I was like, don't untie yourself. So I was like, just be patient. If you can't get it without untying yourself, just fucking wait for John.
Yeah, you know somebody's coming to get you. So
Yeah.
You're not going to just sit there all night.
Yeah. So I finally did get it down. I texted John as soon as I got it, like, locked back in. I was like, hey, I got it. You know what I mean? That way he didn't come all the way out there. But yeah, that was sketchy. So my lesson for that was, well, for one, don't fucking do shit like that.
Don't go against the
stupid.
recommendations.
Yeah.
And number two, with your string, make sure that bitch is tied in the center of your base. So that when it falls, you can pull it up evenly, not cockeyed.
What if you had two strings, one
One
on
on
each
each
side?
corner.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
That way you could play with it if that ever happened to me again.
Right.
But yeah, and not only that, and take a little bit of slack out. I have too much string.
Yeah.
I think like because if there was less string, it would have never fell out of my reach. So I think 6 foot for like me is probably the max that I need between them. So I'm going to shorten my string up a little bit, and I'm going to tie it to the center of my climber, rather than one side.
Well, at least you have a string on yours. I don't have one on mine.
You don't have one?
No.
Oh yeah, you should get one.
Yeah. I always used to run one, but on this new stand, I think it might have broke or something and just never put one back on.
That's what I was worried about when I was like trying to pull that fucking thing up, man. It kept locking in there, and I was yanking on it because if I like yanked, I could get it to like inch up just like a hiccup.
Right.
And that's how I got it up high enough to grab it with
Get
my.
up high enough and you're just looking at the rope like, fuck.
Did you ever once think about just like hugging the tree and sliding down like a fireman?
Yeah, but I'd have had to untie
That thing
myself.
would have fucked you up. I've
Yeah.
done that one time.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It looked like you got in a fight with a cheese grater.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have been a good tree to do that.
No.
It was a hard tree. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have been. If like I had no phone or something, I could have got down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it would have been sketchy. You know what I mean? And good thing like I'm in halfway decent shape, 'cause, like able to hang from my stand and grab it with my feet and shit. Because like
Right.
if you can't hang and be able to pull yourself back up, which I had to do like 2 or 3 times trying to
Right.
grab that thing,
Yeah, you're in deep shit.
then I would have been in deep shit.
My fat ass.
I'd
Yeah, I'm
hanging.
out. I mean, I'm in shape though. Fucking round is a shape, but I'm not out there doing pull-ups and shit. That ain't happening.
No.
Yeah, I pretty much, I had to do like 3 pull-ups because I was trying to grab it with my feet and I couldn't get it, and then you got to pull yourself back up into that climber.
Right.
It was pretty sketchy.
That happened to me one time when I first started using a climber. My dad was there, thank God, but I didn't need him. It dropped down and I pulled it up, and I kept trying to like pull it and like fling it up so it would come up level and kind of lock onto the tree, and it just kept sliding down.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, "Do you need help?" And I was like 14 maybe, and I was like, "I finally got it, thank God." But
Yeah. They
I've never tried it.
It's rare that happens. As long as you use it the way it was intended, that should never happen.
Don't pull a Seth.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, don't do shit like that. And honestly, you shouldn't even adjust it on the fly like we do.
I adjusted mine last night too.
Yeah, but dude,
To
sometimes
level it.
Yeah.
Wasn't Summit showing some new thing where you?
Yeah, $530 for this fucking stand.
it's a self-leveling stand. But honestly,
But they probably don't make them for fat people.
I don't know what the
It's
rate
probably
is.
some weight limit.
Probably 300, 350.
They
Oh,
might
I'm
make
in
it
there.
For me, though.
350. I ain't no goddamn 350. I'll get right in there, son.
He's
$500 though.
He's a $180, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
Twisted Steel and Sex
Yeah.
Appeal.
185. How you doing?
529 for that new climber.
Nothing's cheap though. I mean, God,
Especially
damn.
Summit. Did you see that new lock on they got?
No.
It's like $330.
Oh, you can
One
just
where
where the seat
seat
raises up.
And you can
Yeah.
lean it, like stand up and lean back
It's
on
pretty
it.
sweet.
You can
Yeah, is
keep
that the
them
one you were
climbing
talking about?
sticks though.
Yeah,
God, they're a pain in the ass.
How much was the stand?
$330.
That is a lot
Ouch.
for a
Yeah.
hang-on. You can get a fucking $50 hang-on
Yeah,
stand.
dude.
And I've used them, and they're not the greatest, but they fucking do the job.
I got Bigfoot stands from Amazon for like $100.
Yeah.
They're fucking sweet.
They're nice.
Yeah, nice and big platforms.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stands, man. And this year I definitely plan to move some stands in the next couple months. I'm not doing it in July.
No.
No.
I'm gonna move them now.
I know people that put them
March.
up after the season already started. Oh, we're putting stands up this
Just
weekend. I'm
blows
like,
my mind. Like,
what?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I had it out with a guy at Port over that. It was fucking November. He's in there hanging stands. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, buddy? I was pissed off. That's
I mean,
That's the time to do it is now, or when it
Yeah.
I
starts.
mean, we
to,
start
like
we-
end of
you know,
February, early March.
yeah,
Like
we
is a
start
great time to do
moving
it.
shit in March and April, and we're baiting and running cameras by June. So
Yeah.
you gotta have your shit established by then.
Yeah.
So,
That's the way to do it.
time to get them where you want them to be.
Yeah, and the there's such a benefit to setting the stands up this time of year. I mean, you get first of all, it's more like late season or November now than it is in fucking June.
Right.
So, and you're just not fighting all the bullshit, all the fucking tree branches and everything. It's
Right.
just a lot easier to trim. It's a lot easier to hang them in March or April than it is.
Yeah.
We moved 2 stands right at Thanksgiving.
Because we had to.
Yeah, and that sucked.
That wasn't optional.
Yeah.
We had to. So
Yeah, it was you're evicted. You got to
Yeah,
go.
here's your
so
eviction.
That was the new spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we just kind of put 2 stands up and
Just kind of pick some spots, just a
Yeah.
quick just to get something in there. And now this year we'll
this
go in
year will
there
be the
and
time to go in there and
start scouting
create
and
roads and
cut trails and figure out where we want to be and find out, just basically walk the property, figure out what's in there. But I definitely want to try a climber. I mean, I love my stands, but that stand at work, like I get
You get
busted every
busted all the
time.
time.
You know what I mean? There's just not enough foliage in there to.
that's because you can't sit still.
I do sit still.
Bullshit
a
in that
long
fucking
way.
ground blind.
No,
You
okay.
heard- and I have my mask on. All you can see is just like
Okay, so we get in the ground blind. No, let me tell you the story about the ground blind. So he's like, let's go sit in the ground blind together. Okay, cool. Now he's killed like 56 million deer this year, and I've killed hardly anything.
don't listen to that. Lies.
Cut that out. Cut that.
He's like, okay, well, there's a chair here for you. It's a fucking toddler folding chair. So I'm literally sitting like this at the table. I can't see, and he's got the
Well, if he
little-
gave you a full size chair, your legs would be swinging.
they would.
Thank you, Seth.
So he's like, we're in the blind, and he's got the window open like what you had it open. It's just that little sliver.
Same setup for
Same
Wyatt.
setup. So I'm at the corner of the table, and he's like, there's a deer. I'm like, okay.
Come right from the left.
He's like, can you see it? I'm like, no. Can you see it? No. Can you see it? I can't fucking see anything. I literally can see this way. You're looking this way because you're sitting in the adult chair facing forward.
I was sitting in your
I'm
chair.
in the corner in the toddler seat, so I can't see shit.
This deer is at like
Should I
12
shoot
yards.
it?
Straight
Staring-
gawking the
He's
fuck
She's
out.
staring at us. I'm like, just fucking shoot it. Like,
I literally, she turns her head. I lean over. I'll pull the hammer back, look in the scope, and pull the trigger. I never even moved the gun. I mean, the deer was straight gawking
Right
us
there.
right out the window.
Can't beat that.
She's like, "You shot my deer." I'm like, "I
I
tried."
always say that. It's
Like
always
this
my
deer's
deer.
coming. I'm like, grabbing her gun. I'm trying to set it up on the table. It just didn't work out.
I'm shooting this way. You're facing this way. The deer is this way.
That's a sweet little spot. I would leave that ground blind there.
Yeah, we won't move that.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
It's in a good spot.
That's a great one to take like the kids. You know what I mean? Like,
It's an easy one to get to.
It's quick in and out.
Till you got to drag one out of there. Oh my God. I thought I was going to die 3 times before I made it to the truck.
We're dragging that thing, and I'm like, why didn't we bring the fucking gator? Like, we're both sweating, like dying. I get up to the truck, I'm like stripping off. I'm like, I don't even care. It's sweating.
It's a new piece of property. I'm not trying to leave my gator out there to get. You know what I mean? If you had it established and everybody knows that you're in there, but I don't want to go there and my windshield's blowed out and sitting on 4 flats.
oh God.
Then I'm going on a 4 neighborhood shooting spree. Like we're going to be up all night. And the police are definitely coming.
Yeah, it's just.
I was like, I'll get it.
We're spoiled with that gator, though. I mean, you don't realize how fat and out of shape you are until you start dragging him.
I wanted to die.
We don't drag them. We drive right up to him, throw him in the bed.
I took the sling off of her muzzle loader.
Looped it through the back legs.
Dude, it
was rough.
I use my lanyard. That's what I use. Yeah. I'll wrap it around their head, their neck like a noose, and drag them out like that.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
absolutely horrible.
And what I do is I put my climber on because I'm not making 2 trips.
No,
so I put.
We're a man, son. Everything goes in one go.
I put grocery bags in between my butt cheeks if I have to. I'm getting it in one load. So I'll tie it off to them like a noose, like around their neck. And I'll run the rope up over my climber and over my shoulder, and I'll hold it with 2 hands like this, like with my 2 hands in front of me if you're just listening. And I'll like lean forward, and the climber on my back will almost support the weight of the deer, like because it pushes up on the rope.
Gotcha.
And I'll walk like that, like slightly leaned over.
That way you're not dragging a lot of weight.
Right.
Yeah, it's almost, the deer's like halfway off the ground. Yeah. So you're not dragging that much. You're supporting it with your backpack straps of your climber. And it does pretty well.
If I had to do that every time, I'd like strategically place bottles of oxygen in the woods because I was done.
We were dying.
I was straight overheated.
Yeah, we were both.
He's got pulls a Busch Light out of his jacket. Oh, Jesus, it's a coolant.
Oh yeah, the check engine light was definitely on going up through that mud puddle. I was done.
Yeah, I'm trying to carry both muzzle loaders, backpacks.
But
cussing the whole way.
I pack shit like we're staying out there all night, son. I got one of everything. There's at least 3 flashlights in there.
My backpack probably weighs, I don't know, 15, 20 pounds. Like, it's heavy. I have so much shit in there.
So we have to learn how to pack lighter.
Downsize.
Yeah, you start using a climber, you're going to want as little as possible.
Streamline.
Yeah.
Late season, because I have my jacket, I don't even have a fanny pack. I have nothing other than, like, my clothes.
That's why I like my harness having all them pockets.
Your harness is nice. Like, mine's just a basic
what kind of harness you got?
Hunter safety system, but it's like the pimp one where you put your battery pack in there and you can charge into a USB.
It's like a vest that zips up. Mine's like just the basic straps.
I wear it the first day.
He wears it to fucking Walmart.
Yeah, I'd wear that bitch to church if we were going. But you figure you have zip ups here, the right pocket's where my battery pack is, and then there's another pack here where I'll put my rangefinder in, and then you have here, and then like doubles on each side on the bottom.
Yeah, so it's like a fishing vest. You know what I mean? It's got all the pockets to it, basically. You've got a lot of storage
That's
there.
a good description.
Nice.
It looks like a fishing vest.
It does.
And it's not very expensive.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. Mine is just basic, though.
Yeah.
I don't have any storage.
I've got the Spider. I don't even know if they sell that thing anymore, but I've had that for probably about 6-7 years now. And I fell in it.
Is there? Ooh,
yeah,
that bitch ought to go.
Yeah, right in the trash can.
Yeah.
Well,
is there a shelf life on them?
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely.
I think it's 3 years.
Yeah, is it 3 or 5?
I need a new one for sure.
Me too.
Like
me too.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
Anybody hook up some group discounts? Let us know.
Hunter safety system.
Yeah.
You're listening.
Yeah. Holler at us.
The shelf life on those things though, like it's.
You can push it.
Yeah, but like that harness is still gonna catch me.
Yeah.
It's not gonna snap. Like it's in good shape. I know what to look. It's not like I leave the bits in the bed of my truck.
Does yours have like the fold up on your lanyard like a shock absorber?
Yep, the shock absorber. That's why I didn't get rid of it because it didn't snap when I fell. Yeah. Because the branch stopped my fall.
Your bicep stopped.
My bicep stopped my fall. Before
your muscular thick thighs too.
Dude. 3 C's thick. that probably did save the harness though. My bicep will never look the same. But
Tearing your bicep saved your harness.
yes, it was worth it.
Christ.
You
It was
figure
worth it.
even the shock of it would even want to start at
Right.
least start to open it up.
Well, and I'm sure they're gonna have to put a shelf life on them. That's gonna be a liability there. You know,
Exactly.
If they say, "Oh, this thing lasts forever," you're gonna
But
end up with lawsuits.
if you're especially like that's one good thing about Sika gears. All my harness goes underneath my clothes. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I have the hole for my lanyard and everything to come out. So like it's not getting sun exposure. It's not getting wet. You know what I mean? It's underneath my gear most of the season. The early season it'll be over top because I'm not wearing much. But
the winter stuff that I just bought, it's got the hole in it, so it's underneath. But
yeah, that is really nice, especially if you got a hood. Ryan was asking me, it's like, what is the whole point of that? And I was like, well, it's nice to have it underneath for one. But for two, like if whatever you're wearing has a hood, if that thing's sticking out your back of your neck, you can't like put your hood on right. It's always getting it's
Right, you're gonna
it is
block
nice
the
to have
air.
that hole.
Never even looked.
Yeah.
Most of my stuff has a hole in the crotch. You know what I mean? It's a good access point.
I've got holes, plenty of holes in my shit. Speaking of gear, Origin. You guys heard of Origin? Mm-mm. So this guy that I listened to his podcast. His name's Jocko Willink. He's got like a.
that's just a cool fucking name.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker too.
Yeah, he's an ex-Navy SEAL. He was the commander of Task Unit Bruiser in the Battle of Ramadi.
This shit.
Got a really cool podcast, and he's a jiu-jitsu player. He's black belt under Dean Lister, and he's worked with UFC fighters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool fucking dude. But he owns this company that makes gis, like jiu-jitsu gis, and they make jeans and other shit too. Well, Cam Hanes has left Under Armour and joined Jocko.
Really?
And they're making their own camo line called Origin.
No
And
shit.
Jocko has an in. So the U.S. military, it is a law that all of their gear has to be manufactured in the U.S. So all
Which
the
makes
stuff that
sense,
the Special
yeah.
Forces is using on their ops and shit is all manufactured right here. And it's not available to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Civilians?
The
Civilians.
general public, yeah.
But Jocko's got in with that, so
Right.
he's getting that material and the stuff that the Special Forces guys are using,
No shit.
and they're taking it to Origin and making hunting gear out of it.
Damn.
And Cam Hanes just joined up with them, and they're planning to release their gear in June.
No shit.
I do not want to see the price tag.
I was just gonna say.
Shit, look at the price tag of what he was talking about.
Sicka.
Ugh.
You have to give one of your first kids up and
Yeah.
a couple hand jobs along
It's
the
like
way.
Candy J's on the side of the road.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Hey, I do what I gotta do.
I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna go with Osseo gear next year.
What is it?
Osseo gear.
ASIO.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that
Osseo,
stuff.
Osseo.
If it's not Gore-Tex though, you're wasting your money.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my research there first.
Yeah, make sure it's Gore-Tex, especially for your outer layer, because when it comes to water resistance, there's nothing that compares to Gore-Tex.
Yeah. And wind resistance.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my main thing is wind.
Yeah.
God, that shit'll cut right through me with my Walmart camo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got fucking Kmart camo that I used once. this year.
Oh,
Damn.
It's called Kings River. That's the name brand. And it's,
Balling on a bunch of camo.
I got that shit from Kmart way back when. That was like my first like winter time hunting gear that I bought.
Everybody's bought shit from Kmart or Walmart. I don't give
yeah,
a goddamn who you are.
I bought a set from Amazon the first year, and I'm like, okay, I need cold, like,
Had the little Oshkosh stickers on it. And shit. It was pretty cool.
because I bought the she stuff for like
Yeah.
early season, but I
For the
bought
Huntress.
the Huntress, yes, my favorite fucking
You
word.
get slapped later.
So I ordered this shit off of Amazon. I'm like, okay, this will work. Like, it's my first year. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So the first day we wear it out, we're walking, like, we walked down.
This shit was getting ready to start a fire, son.
And he's like,
I'm just fucking sawing a tree down back there. I'm like, look at big ass. Like, do something, god damn.
he's like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it's my pants. So they're like,
You might have been able to kill a deer in Kent County that night. I mean, it was bad. I'm like, what the fuck?
Cheap shit ain't cool. Cool
Well,
shit ain't
you
cheap.
need to be able to touch it. You need to feel the material, you know what I mean, and know what it. I mean, this shit's supposed to be waterproof. Is basically what. So in the rain, yeah, I'd probably still wear it. Mm-hmm. But it's no.
It's a poncho.
It is.
Camo poncho.
Yeah, that's the one day that I wore my old camo this year, because like my Sika gear, I think I wore it like 3 days in a row, and I was like, I gotta wash this shit. And I think it was when I got back from Blackwater, and so it was like smelled like the fucking marsh. I was like, I'll just wear my old shit out tonight because I came home and went straight to the Whitetail Woods. I don't know if you remember, but I think that's when it was. But and I wore that Kmart gear, and I was blown away at how cold I was. Like, dude,
yeah.
it is. I tell you what, man, having good gear, it makes a fucking difference. Because I wore that stuff and I had like extra layers underneath, and the wind would rip through that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'm fucking freezing. This sucks. Like, I'm so glad I bought that Sika gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to make an investment. I got like right now, this time of the year, I got so many layers on. I don't think I can draw my fucking bow back.
Yeah.
I look like Ralphie's brother in Christmas Story.
That's me. I'm like, I can barely move.
That's why she shoots a youth rifle.
Does she really?
Yeah, because I've got so many layers on, and I get so cold so fast that I weighed myself the one day. So I'm like, it was like 32 pounds I had
Holy
of clothes.
shit.
That's
because
insane.
I've got layers upon layers with Carhartt bibs in my boots and everything, and I was like, no wonder I feel like I'm gonna fucking die by the time I get to the stand because I'm carrying all this weight and my hips just hurt because
Yeah.
I'm like, there's all this weight on me, and I'm like, but I can't stand to be cold. Like,
Isn't it-
and if I'm cold,
I'm out.
done.
I'm done. When it gets cold, I'm gone.
Done.
Especially my feet.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like,
Electric socks,
I'm telling
baby.
you,
Yeah,
they're the
yeah.
best thing.
Yeah.
I need to get another pair. I lost mine. Because that's the one thing that my feet still get cold.
But if you sweat in those electric socks, it still don't fucking matter.
That's finding
Yeah.
the happy medium. Like, I turn mine on, but I turn them on low.
Mm-hmm.
Just enough to keep my feet from being like icicles, but that you're not in there sweating your ass off either.
Yeah.
My uncle gave me a pair of lacrosse boots or something that they're,
Oh, they're nice.
2,000 grams.
Jesus.
Insulated, them things are sweet.
Phew.
Still running the socks on medium, though.
Yeah. It's. But
Yeah.
then we bought the jackets too, and that,
Milwaukee heated
the
heated jackets.
Mm.
the problem I has is the battery pack is weird. It sits like
sits
back
on your
here,
back.
so then
Yep.
trying to get it in between my harness, like towards, so I like have to flip the battery sideways
Yeah.
to get it to sit in there and not.
Of course,
be-
mine's janky and just shuts off.
That's a,
You probably
Something
did
in
something
there.
stupid to it.
that's what I used to run before I got Sika gear. Was I would wear that Milwaukee hoodie underneath of
Yeah.
my Kings River jacket.
Shout out.
I gotta Google this.
Sponsor the
Kings River.
pod, Kings River Camo.
Kmart.
And that it would do pretty good. The only thing is that fucking jacket wouldn't like keep heat in. You know what I mean? Well, that's what's nice about that the outer layer with the like a Gore-Tex outer layer. It doesn't have to be Sika, it could be anything Gore-Tex.
Right.
It will hold heat in. So like if you have that heated jacket and then a Gore-Tex outer layer just to hold the heat from that jacket in, like that's money. That's what you want. Whatever your outer layer is has to be windproof.
Yeah.
What jacket? Do you have like the midweight jacket?
I have the I don't know what the fuck it's called. I've got the like real like fluffy looking one. I don't know what it's called to be honest with you. I'd have
The
to
Like a
fluffy
kitty.
edition.
Because
I've got the like I want to say it's called like the Celsius or something. It's the mid layer, and then I have the outer layer. I have the downpour jacket.
okay,
So I'll wear like Under Armour cold gear, like the base layer, or a merino wool, and then I'll wear that jacket, the mid layer Sika jacket, and then I'll wear when it's really cold, I'll wear the
One piece thermals with the ass flap in them.
yeah. With the
He's wearing the bunny outfit.
I'll rock the.
But you got to
The-
turn the flap to the front.
That's John's MO. He's shooting deer with his dick out.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking-
I mean, you
that
got to do
story?
what you got to do. I mean,
you didn't hear that story?
No, I would remember a dick out story.
It was, I guess you didn't listen, but it was during rifle season. It was getting real late. I was sitting on a cornfield in a just a lawn chair,
with his dick out.
and I was taking a piss, sitting down, taking a piss. I look up, and this deer ran into the field, and I'm like, I don't have time to put 2 inches of pecker into 4 inches of camo.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough.
So I got my dick out and raised the old .6 and boom! Watch him run away and put my wiener away and go get it.
He just pushes his dick in like he's starting a car. Just boom, zip. It's a push button.
Gotta do what you
Hold
gotta
on,
do.
little buddy. We got deer to kill.
I was worried about frostbite. It was cold.
Oh, jeez.
So I got a listener shooter pass for us. It's two of them. Well, I got a would you rather and a shooter pass. So our shooter pass is if you see a piebald doe, are you shooting it?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm out. No.
Why?
Bad luck.
Is it bad? I heard
Yes.
albinos are bad luck.
Yeah, I'm not shooting it. I'm going to look at it.
Okay. I respect that. I'm smoking that fucker.
I'm shooting that
fuck
bitch, and
outta
she gonna be
here.
mounted up on my bed.
In the words of JP Rambo, I'm letting that air out of that fucker.
Yeah. Letting the air out of her, son.
Yeah, she's gonna be on my couch. I'm gonna have a
gonna-
piebald. I'm definitely
Doing one of them
getting
boudoir
that.
things with his deer
Boudoir.
rug.
That thing's gonna be
naked across the top of it.
it's gonna be my new shower curtain.
He going to be Chaz Michael son.
Hell yeah.
Rubbing the fur.
Fuck yeah, she's dead. She's dead.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
All right, so
okay.
your superstition with a piebald, do you have any other superstitions or like rituals? Like this one in his blue underwear. Like,
Yeah, blue
he's
underwear,
gotta
black
wear
socks.
Blue underwear, black socks. Like
Really?
these are all
Yeah.
his little like.
I'm telling you, the
Do
blue
you have-
undies on,
I
it's
know
curtains.
that's like it's. Do you have any little like rituals or superstitions about it?
I have to listen to Fred Bear by Ted Nugent every time I go hunting.
Okay.
That's a good one, and I'll listen to that a lot
Yeah.
before I hit the woods.
Yeah.
I listened to it yesterday on the way to the woods because it might have been my last day. I don't know if I'm gonna go tomorrow or not.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking stupid cold, and I haven't been seeing a lot of deer, man.
I seen 4 last night.
I
If
seen
you see
one.
one, you're going to see a bunch of them.
I seen one by itself. That's it.
Last, Sunday,
Sunday.
we were turning the pump off at work and saw at least a dozen.
They
Really.
were all like up on the side of the hill and just row after like
That's
just running.
that's part of why I lost the base of my stand because I was trying to rush down and go stalk that deer out in the field. Because I sent you a snap of the deer out in the field and it was about 80 yards, 100 yards away. I was like, if I can climb down real quiet, I might be able to get in there because the ground was wet from the snow and like slight rain. I was like, I might be able to put a stalk on this doe. No, my climbers clang, clang, clang. I'm fucking trying to pull it up.
Sound like he's working on a furnace out there.
I'm looking over my shoulder trying to pull my base back up. The fucking doe's looking right at me. I'm like, shit. She's
It's like, don't fall,
Yeah.
don't fall.
She's up to her fucking chest on stomp through the ground.
she walked over and just looked at me. Fucking just sat down. My fucking bow's on the ground. I wonder. I bet I could, if I had to, shoot from my knees with just the top of my stand. I bet I could do it.
With your knees on the seat of your...
Yep, with
your-
my base on the ground. If I had to, like if a 10-point buck came up, and I had a 10-point piebald buck comes up, I would.
Your strings won't break.
I'd let it happen. That would be a hell of a feat, but I bet I could do it.
Yeah.
I've shot from my knees, like just fucking around at the house. It's doable. Like I shoot pretty decent from my knees, but I don't know about doing it from a climber. That's tough. So, all right, here's our would you rather. For those of you that said you would shoot the piebald doe, would you rather shoot a nice 8-pointer or a piebald doe?
Piebald doe.
What size is this 8-pointer?
Is it going to go on the wall?
He's 115 inches.
I'm smoking
Nah.
that bitch. He's dead.
Well, I don't know. I got a 115 upstairs. It's a pretty nice 9-pointer. Probably the 8-pointer.
Yeah,
I don't know. If they're side by side,
they're side by side. Which one you shooting?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
I don't. To me, your opportunity to
Can you
shoot
line 'em?
another buck is greater than shooting another.
I agree.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Old
It's
Miss-
all about.
Dap Quack over here, she tried to line 2 of them up so she could shoot them together.
I did try that. It didn't work out for me, but I tried.
You tried it with a rifle?
No, with a bow.
Oh shit!
She was like, I was waiting for them to stand together so I could shoot both. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Oh, with those fucking crossbows y'all shoot, you might be able to do that.
And
Yeah, if you long 'em.
You know, my stand isn't that far from the pile, so my old stand,
Thanks, douche.
right?
Hope you fall out of it and chip your
I hope he
front
breaks
teeth,
his
you
neck.
selfish son
Did you
of a
guys
bitch.
see that news?
We're not bitter at all.
I see you on the street. It's on.
I
My
fucking-
last
got
my
bill
last
money.
lawyer cost me $15,000. The salt will be cheap. Believe that.
I'm with you, dude.
I don't know him, but fuck that guy.
I can kiss
that
my.
guy.
If I'm with you, dude, I'm getting a few licks in.
Yeah.
Right?
What's an assault cost? Couple grand.
It's worth it.
Yeah, I'm in.
Sign me up.
Yup.
Exactly.
Yup. Beat
I
you like a
legitimately, I cried over that deer stand. Like
Ah,
when we were
shitty.
taking him down, he's up there and he's unlatching everything and taking my strap down, and I'm down there and just tears just pouring.
I took a
down. And I'm like,
two-man stand
and
down
he's
by
like-
myself
he's like,
like
"Get
I
that,
was
get that." And I'm
fucking
like,
Lou Ferrigno, son.
Okay. I'm like trying not to see him see me cry because I'm like, I'm crying over a fucking deer stand right now. But I think it was the
Well, it's the
the
property
time.
to
It's the time you
property.
put
It's,
in.
we spent so many years, and that was the first stand I hunted. It was the first deer I killed there. It was my buck that I killed there. You know what I mean? So it was just, it's very sentimental to me.
Yeah.
And it was ripped away from us in the middle of the fucking season. So
Rednecks will fight over deer.
We will.
Believe that.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, I mean, it's,
We have a better opportunity now. We just got to
do.
put the work back in.
It hurts, man. Losing a spot.
It's depressing.
I lost one last year. I lost a spot in Elkton that, I mean, I had a lot of really good memories there, and I can only imagine you guys were over there for longer than I was at
We were.
my spot. And it-
5-6 years.
yeah, I had the errors. I think. What did we hunt there, Johnny? 2 or 3 years? I think 3 years.
just, I mean, the amount of hours we had in just clearing that land to put in the food plot and cutting trails. I mean, just so many hours of cutting
We
trails.
pushed 3 acres of trees down.
Yeah.
And picked up rocks out of that 3 acres. I picked up more fucking rocks, and I mean, that's all we did.
Yeah, I'm still bitter.
We are. We cut trails to fit the first gator.
You
And
can
had
just see
a-
Kevin getting pissed off
Right.
talking about it.
I don't fuck
Russian
talking about this
raisin.
anymore. Fuck this.
Somebody got an AED in this bitch.
Yeah.
It's going to happen,
it
though.
is.
It sucks.
It's just,
but
it sucked.
That's the thing with leases is you're never guaranteed the next year.
the only
You
thing
don't
you can
own
do
it.
is you buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
It's the only way you can.
I'd love to, but
It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, we don't have a couple mil to buy port.
no. We might lose
It's coming.
our main squeeze. Well, my main
Your
squeeze.
main squeeze, yeah.
So, and hey, it is what it is. But I really hope not. But I'm gonna do my best to get at least this year.
Yeah.
I need at least one that I know I'll have to worry about going into the next season.
Right.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. I mean, I always have, like, I've got some decent spots on public that I can always hit, and
It's
some
nice to have a
spots.
honey hole that's
That's
untouched.
yours, though. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're not fighting people for spots. You're not.
I can put hang-ons in.
Right. You're not worried about some douchebag hanging stands
Yeah.
in November. You
Can
know
put
what I mean? It's
cameras
just-
out.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
go
it's-
broke to buy the property next door to me, and I will.
Oh,
if I
we
get a
will
chance,
have
I would deplete my retirement to buy it.
It is.
Yeah.
It's another 6 acres. There's no house. There's nothing on it. It's just land, which would
And
give
it's
us.
thick.
It is. It's
Thick.
and there's
Thick.
it's
Like
thick,
thick.
like juicy thick,
Like-
and there's a little pond in there. You know what I mean? Like
It'd be
it
dope.
backs up to the creek. It's just
Yeah, it's like all bedding.
Yeah.
It's a
yeah,
bunch of
it
bedding
is.
in there.
It's, I
And
mean,
they're in there,
they are. It's,
but the only way to secure anything is to have your name.
you need your name. on it.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. Yeah.
it's tough.
And like, you could even say, well, at least you're guaranteed a year, but you're not even guaranteed the year, as you guys just found out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Halfway
at least
through
let
the
you get to.
fucking
Well, I mean, if you let me go there the rest of the year, DNR had been chasing me out because it'd have been every day would have been rifle.
Oh, yeah. But you know,
Take a gun, you know you're going to lose.
If we
them.
knew, you know, if we had known that was going to be it,
That thing could have milk dribbling off of it. I'm smoking that
Shoot it.
motherfucker.
that was
I think too, though, the level, the quality of deer on that piece of land too.
Oh,
is
yeah.
what's
Well,
so
I mean, you boys
devastating.
know.
I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
the deer that
Yeah.
are in there
biggest
are
deer
just,
John ever shot was out of there.
I mean, it's just it makes you sick to think about
Yeah.
it.
And we've seen pictures of other guys that have shot absolute giants out of there, 170-inch
In the
deer.
middle of the night.
Nighttime.
Oh,
Night vision.
yeah. May your old lady's fleas, her crotch beat infested by fleas of 1,000 camels should fucking break.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hashtag not sorry.
Not bitter. Not bitter at all.
Hashtag not bitter.
Yes. Yeah.
Gets rough, man.
It is.
That's another thing. There's that buck, that 8-pointer that I had that close encounter with. I seen him at port not too long ago, so he's still
Really?
there. He's still alive.
That you shot?
No, not the one I shot. I'm sure he's still there too,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen him. But the big one that I had, I was filming a 4-pointer, and I looked over and I seen him.
got it.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
yeah, I
talking
remember
about
that.
that?
Busted fucking off.
Yeah. And he looked at me and him locked eyes, and I fucking went for my bow, and he didn't like boogie out of there or nothing, but I never did get a shot of him. Well, I seen him during rifle, when I went in to the same fucking spot, and on my walk in, I jumped him up. So I know he was still there as of the last day of rifle in the evening. So I know next year,
We need one more year.
if he's still at port, he's going to be a fucking hammer.
If we still
he
have
was
port.
he was close to Pope and Young this year. Next year, he's going to be a fucking stud.
Yeah.
So I really hope we don't lose port, because I feel like I haven't pressured that spot a lot at all.
Need to find-
And like I can count on one hand how many times I've sat there this year,
Right.
and I've seen him twice. So I got a good feeling early season. If he's there now, early season next year, he's probably going to be there too.
Right.
And I think I know exactly where I want to move stands next year to get him.
We definitely have to move those stands next year.
We just need at least one more year.
The ones we set up over that feeder are fucking useless because
Yeah.
they're not coming to that feeder.
No.
I've got 3 stands over there around this feeder, and there's nothing. They
Yeah.
won't touch it.
Like 6,000
It's a
pictures of
great-
raccoons.
You can sit there and shoot raccoons all day long.
Right.
Hanging from the rim of the feeder.
Right.
Yeah, I could fucking smoke some raccoons
Yeah.
over
They're
there.
probably
Squirrels.
like Boone and Crockett raccoons.
Fat
There's a
bastard.
fucking 90-pound coons over there.
Right.
rolling to the feeder.
Yeah, they can't even climb up the thing anymore. They don't even leave. They just sleep under the feeder.
How do you remedy that from those? Because it's the funnel one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you're
have to
fucked.
make it higher, or
You're fucked.
They're gonna find a way into
They're not-
it.
yeah.
There's
I don't
such
think there's
scavengers
anything.
that
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to
Yeah.
Stick
stop
'em.
them.
Kill them. I think
Yeah.
that was it.
Kill 'em.
I was going to kill a fox yesterday if it came in range, but it didn't.
Really?
Never done it.
I don't know if I
wanted-
could. Like I've looked at when I watched it. I mean, I've had my bow on it, and I just couldn't do it. Like
Oh, shit.
I've killed 2 bucks that walked the same path as a fox within 10 minutes.
I've always, every time I've seen a fox, within 15 minutes I see a deer.
Same
They
path.
walk
That's
that
what everybody
path.
says. That's what everybody says, but I totally disagree. I've seen foxes a bunch without deer.
Really?
I've seen them
Many
without,
times.
but I've had 3 different bucks follow the same trail. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Nothing that was worth
No, if it's a
shooting,
coyote,
but it's
it's
not
on.
coyote or shit.
I had a coyote barking at me last night.
Did you?
When I got to the base of the tree, it was like 100 yards away, maybe, barking at me.
I got one on camera not too long ago in port.
Really?
Yep. They're there. They're slick, man. I don't know. I think they might be hip to them cameras. Like, I think they see those fucking things. I don't know. I haven't caught them on camera. I've gotten like 2 on camera at port.
We've caught.
But
quite a few on camera.
I've seen them in person there several times.
Next year is definitely the year of cell cameras.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get your cell camera.
Yeah.
I
Oh
hope
my
they don't
God.
fucking ban them. They're starting that shit. They're
Shit,
banning them out
ban-
west.
Yeah, they would. What Utah
Utah's
just
one
did?
of them.
Yep.
Douchebags.
Utah and
Utah, Nevada, Arizona. Yep, they're banning them.
What's the reason?
I think that's more for big game though.
Yeah.
Because for what they're doing, what their issue is people are stacking them up on watering holes, and it's creating a human presence. And when it's like hot as fuck there,
So you're
elk-
pushing them off their
you're
water
pushing them off
source.
their water source. Yeah, so they don't like that, which is understandable. I
get
get
it.
it. But you'd think cell cam would be a remedy for that.
yeah, so you don't have to go in there as much.
But they're banning cameras, period, not just cell cams. I think.
If they
Everything.
banned it, would
Yeah.
you still use one?
No.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
If it's private property,
I'm writing somebody else's name on it.
I'm writing Kevin Dvoraks.
Yep, fuck it. Come on over.
Yeah, if it's private property, which I guarantee you people still are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a debate. You know what I mean?
I'd
I
rather-
see no issue with it.
I'd rather worry about them banning corn over cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah. Corn is.
If you had to pick one, what would it be?
If they had to ban one,
Yep.
I'd rather ban corn.
Yeah. I only killed
No, I'd rather.
2 deer.
Yeah. I like the corn.
Yeah, they do.
I don't dislike it either. I like it, but I you can it's so much like without corn it's no big deal. Without a camera it kind of takes like some fun away.
Yeah.
Like corn is fun to hunt over, but it's not like I don't know. I don't get much from it. As to like cameras, I really enjoy getting pictures. I really enjoy getting that, you know. So
You
I
see what's there. You know
and-
what's there.
and I think if you did ban corn, you would see a lot better deer movement and deer
You'd see-
hunting
you'd
on
see
public
better
land.
deer numbers.
Yeah,
You
and
wouldn't
you
have
see more
fools
deer.
like me
Yeah,
Yeah.
that are smoking
Yeah.
fucking 20 deer on corn,
Yep.
and nothing against it.
You can hear them chewing on it when I'm letting them rip.
It would definitely affect public, especially like for Sika, because there's so many hunting clubs down there.
Yeah.
The public land, it'll be surrounded by private property and every single parcel
It's baited.
is baited. So it makes
Makes it
hunting
hard.
public down there tricky, and
Yeah.
that's like, I don't want to say too much, but
Well, Derek said last week that
don't
he's
you fucking do it.
what? No, he shot Sika deer, and every single one has had corn in it.
And it's belly, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if you didn't have a cornfield for 100 miles. I guarantee you kill a
There's
deer and cut that son of a bitch
corn
open. It's got
in
corn
it.
in it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what he was saying. Like
Yep.
the nearest private property was like 5 miles away. And
Still
he's
got corn in it.
Still had corn in it. Yep.
Yep, that's insane.
Yeah.
Especially because there ain't no fucking corn in the marsh.
Yeah,
Right.
it's weird.
You know what I mean? But their range is much further than a whitetail's.
Yeah.
A Sika deer will fucking move. They're a stag's home range is like, I can't remember what, I think it was 10 square miles
Jesus.
or up to 10 square miles. I think it is.
Well, when you look at
But
the
typically it's like, I think it's typically 5.
yeah, when you look at like Google Maps down there, there's trails for just miles and
Yeah.
miles and miles.
And here, like, I don't know if people know this, but Google Earth, like, OnX is cool and HuntWise and all those are cool, but Google Earth, you see a way better quality
Yes.
picture. So if you want to, like for Sika deer, if you want to see, like, literally you can see their fucking game trails from Google Earth.
It's insane.
You're not seeing that from OnX.
No shit.
Maybe a little bit, but the quality of picture you get on Google Earth is significantly better. So do yourself a favor and download it if you don't have it. But it's you can, from Google Earth, I can zoom in and see the trails that me and Ryan were walking on.
Yeah, and there'll be trails out in the frag like 4 or 5 miles from the nearest fucking tree.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's kind of why, like, I think you could hunt those Sika deer kind of like me and Wyatt were doing in the corn. Like, you could
Post up
cut
in the
yourself,
frag.
just post up in the frag on a fucking stool.
Trail.
And I've seen that one dude on Meat Eater. He was hunting them from the ground with a stick bow. I think Sika are very huntable from the ground. The problem is you know, you
Getting there.
feel like a dick doing it on public land,
Right.
especially in flooded timber. Like down in Blackwater, me and Ryan did it one day. We took a walk, and you could move completely silently through flooded timber because it's water up to your fucking knee. So you just slowly wade through that water. You're not making a sound.
Right.
And you can hunt them from the ground for sure. And you're spot and stalking, so you're not moving fast. You're going super slow, but it's doable. It's one of them things, man. On public land, there's very few days I'm gonna spot and stalk. I'm gonna hunt on the ground, and I know there's nothing saying you can't. You know what I mean? But and some properties some properties say you have to use a tree stand.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
but typically that's most places don't have any rules like that. But it is a fucking dick move. Like if I hike in 2 miles in my tree stand and I see some jackass walking by,
Be
spot and
pissed.
stalking, you're gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I avoid doing it on public.
I'm not patient enough for spot and stalking.
It is such like you think it sounds great until it just took you an hour to walk 100 yards and you're like, I just want to move.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you just get so like I just want to move. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it definitely is a test of patience.
Nah,
it definitely is.
fuck that. Fuck that.
John's like, I've got no patience. Fuck
I hunt over
that.
my fucking hole in the fence, and that's it.
That fucking hole in the fence has yielded for Johnny.
Yes, it
Hey,
is.
dude. By the way, we're fucking tied up.
Yeah, we are.
If
Oh, what are you doing?
we're gonna shoot it out. We're gonna do a 100-yard shot.
No shit.
100 yards. Whoever's closest to bullseye wins.
It might need to be a little light, a little less than 100 yards. I don't think I can get 100 yards.
You can't clear it.
No.
We could do 80.
I think I might be able to get 90.
Okay, let's do 90.
No,
When
how?
does this
Because I don't
take
think I'm
place?
going.
Right, I want to
tomorrow.
be there.
Whenever.
Yeah, we'll look at the weather. Do the next like nice halfway decent weather day.
50 degree day or something.
Psh, I don't know if we're gonna get that.
It's
40.
supposed
Should
to
be
be
next-
decent
yeah,
this
next
week.
week's
It's,
supposed to
like,
be
not
nice.
supposed to be
Yeah,
as
we'll definitely
horrendously
videotape
terrible.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we warming up, or are we just walking out there at 90 and sending one?
Right.
With your dick out.
Yeah.
I ain't watching. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I like it. Just pick the bow up, walk
Yep.
out there, and sling one.
Okay, I'm good with that. I haven't shot over 60 in a long time.
Probably the last time I did was with you. So.
Yeah, so like early season. I think that's cool because it kind of levels the playing field.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
That's kind of cool that it comes down to that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
I mean, I killed more deer, but
Oh, here we go.
my little 6-pointer didn't count.
If I get a hankering, I always shoot mature deer unless I get a hankering or if I haven't killed something in a couple days.
I got a rifle on my hand. It's game
I
on.
totally get it, and I think
I'm
that
with John.
Yeah.
I got nothing against it, but and Ryan agreed with me, so that you're voted out.
No, that's fine.
But
that's fine.
I totally get it, especially because it was a buck tag. Rifle season's over.
Right.
It was a buck tag that it wasn't hurting you. Like you still had an archery buck tag. It was the last day of rifle.
Yep.
You got a buck tag that either you can take this buck now or
Eat the
not.
tag.
So I totally get it.
Yeah.
I see nothing wrong with that, especially on a property we might lose, especially because you wanted to put a little more meat in the freezer because
Yeah.
you'll eat all 7 of them deer you shot this year.
8.
Oh, them deer. Yeah, and I'm at 7, and I gotta tell you, man, with processing as much as I did this year, I'm a little concerned about whether or not I'm gonna make it.
Not gonna make it.
I don't know, man. That processing eats fucking meat.
Yeah.
Dude. It does. And I got like 2 deer really. I got one totally processed, and then another one like a bunch of it processed. So
Because you dropped off what 25 pounds.
20. I think it was 29.
Something, yeah, it was close to that.
Yeah, and that was why it's whole deer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and then a little bit of another one I got like salami and stuff at Buckland's. I got some like snack sticks and
Yeah.
shit like that. So this year I got more processed than usual. So
I think we did a fair amount as well.
Was it
What, 107
7 pounds we
yeah.
dropped off to Hess's?
is that for the year or is this just?
That was
For the-
just, that was that
for the-
one ride. Plus, we still have some in there to make into jerky and
Yeah,
stuff.
because we got our giant space
Yeah,
dehydrator.
we got R2D2, the dehydrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's badass.
Yeah.
I'm getting it figured out. Like if
What kind of what brand and what kind is it?
It's Cabela's. Like it's Cabela's brand. I don't even remember what it is, but it's
the biggest one they
the
had,
biggest
'cause-
one. It's like 12 racks in it.
It looks like a fucking full size oven.
It's huge. Like I've got Reese has this little like kitty table that's like a little table and
It
chairs in
eats
the
up
kitchen.
the whole thing.
It does, and it's like twice the size of a microwave. It's like a mini fridge, basically, is what it is. It's huge, but it's fast.
Bitch is
I mean,
bad.
it's you can put so much in there. You know what
Yeah.
I mean, when I was doing it in the oven, you're barely doing a pound, and it's taken forever. Mm-hmm. And I think we did 5 pounds in it each time. And it's like
The thing is, it's dope.
it's like 3.5 hours.
That's
Wow.
fast.
I mean, it's fast.
Wow.
It's really fast.
The one
'Cause-
we got is like 30 years old, and it takes all day.
yeah, I
You're
did.
shifting trays and
Right.
shit in it.
She looked
That's
at all
the
the
one I got.
reviews on the trays, and everybody was bitching about it, so we just went to the biggest one they.
Yeah.
Whoops. My bad.
Went to the one that had the best
My
reviews.
eyeballs are floating.
Yeah. I mean, like, because we looked at some of the smaller ones, but I'm like, they had such shitty reviews,
Mm.
and, you know, you're going to spend $100 on that thing anyways, and the trays break, and, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
just like, let's spend a little bit more, get the big one, and I'm still figuring it out. The first batch we did for like 3.5 hours.
Was money.
It
You
was
could have
money.
put that on a cracker, dude.
It was
Put
good.
it on a crack
It was really good.
It was money.
And
the second time it was
no, I
dry
did
as
it
a
for
popcorn
4
fart.
hours, and it was too dry. See, but I like jerky really dry. He does not. He likes it still a little bit like.
Yeah, like Jack Link's.
No.
I'd rather have it too dry than to like some moisture
I
in
don't-
it.
Like
Ugh,
it
like
creeps
chewing
me
on
out
it.
when it's like, ugh, no, no.
Shit was
It was dry. It was dry.
dust come
like,
out.
I mean, I like a little bit of
But we-
moisture, but like the thicker chunks that are still like uncooked in the
Yeah,
middle.
no.
Yeah, that's me
No.
right there. Save them for me.
Okay.
I found too that if the meat is almost like a little bit frozen still, it's so much easier to
Yeah.
slice it like an
Yeah.
even
I like it moist.
thickness. And
Throw one of them over here. Tex.
but we
One of these fucking cowboy killers.
We-
dude.
found some awesome seasoning though. Like it's
Yeah, shout out to my boy Dino.
Dino
Yeah,
hooked us up for Christmas. He brought us over a whole box of it, and it's that hot though. It'll
good.
clear your fucking sinuses because it's
Oh,
it's spicy.
Jerky season?
yeah.
I love spicy jerky.
I'll have to,
Yeah, do you like
You'll
it?
have to hook me up.
I
Do you
will
like
hook
it
you up.
moist or dry?
Do you like it?
I like it moist.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I like it.
Divided table.
I'll save the dry stuff for you and I.
I like it a
it's-
little moist.
I mean, I like it moist too, but
Yeah.
like when it's just like undercooked.
No, I can't do it. Like,
No.
It excuse me.
Not undercooked. I want it. I just like a little bit of moisture on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
And I like it out of the fridge too. Like I'll put it in the fridge
Really?
and eat that shit cold.
I
yeah.
put it in the fridge, and he was like, "Don't put that fucking shit in the fridge." Like he was all pissed off, and
Yeah.
Wow,
You
what a difference that everybody's likes their
Yeah.
jerky.
It is.
I got my jerky underneath the bar.
yeah,
Bar
but
jerky.
it's-
Bar jerky, dude.
Right?
Oh, little jerky. On the bar.
I need to do that again. I'll have to pull some out for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get it seasoned.
Oh yeah.
That's like all we do with our roasts. I can't stand a deer roast in the crock
I
pot.
hate a deer roast.
I've been fucking doing it out of back straps.
Backstrap was.
What?
I'm telling you, we did it out
Yeah,
of
an
backstrap.
ass.
We did.
Jerky?
Yeah.
We had,
That's fucking blasphemy.
no, it's not when you had as many backstraps as we had
That's
in the
true.
freezer. It was like
There was a lot of
You
roadkill
got
this
fucking
year.
48 backstraps, so yeah, I
Oh,
guess.
tenderloin.
I've never been there. I
Roadkill.
fucking- I cherish those things.
Roadkill.
roadkill backstrap.
Yeah.
Does it dry out the same as a roast? Because I know Sam
Yeah.
made steaks at a roast last year, and they dried out funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like a good roast. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like cooking them. It's just such a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass.
And I'm not a big like. I feel like roast is like a fucking soup. You know what I mean? It's not like. It's like on a cold day after work, you know what I mean? You come home, you eat a little roast,
I
get
want
some
some deer
butter.
chili.
I want some. Oh yes,
I got pounds and pounds and pounds of burger.
Yeah.
me too. And
We
I've
don't
made.
have that much burger this year. We didn't do a whole lot of burger for ourselves. We did a lot of burger for other people, but for ourselves, we really didn't.
I haven't tried that bacon burger yet.
Probably got a 100-pound burger.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm probably close to it. I bet I got like 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Had a deer this year that was over 20 pounds of burger out of one deer.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I got
Fucking beast.
my buck was pretty close to that. I bet I got 20 pounds of burger. He was healthy still because it was a early rut there, you know. So he didn't lose all his weight yet. It was November 6th.
Yeah.
So he was still he had that big old thick neck.
Yeah.
Here's a shooter pass when it comes to chili. Beans in your chili or no beans?
Yes.
Beans.
Yeah.
Beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beans.
Good
You
for
don't
your
like
heart.
beans in your chili
See,
or
down
fucking
south, they
terrorists.
don't put it.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
they don't. Like that is like Texas and
Terrorist.
stuff. They don't. They
It's
don't
just a
put
meat
beans.
soup then.
Yeah, it is meat soup.
Yeah,
I put
put
3
some-
different kinds of beans in my chili.
Yeah.
If there's
I
no
use
beans
red
in it,
kidney
it's
beans.
fucking sloppy joes.
Yeah.
Joe's.
Get your
Sloppy
buns out.
doughs.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got a chili.
Manwich and dough, sloppy dough, son.
Sloppy doughs. I like that. Dude, you know what? I haven't done that with burger in a while. I made sloppy joes.
I love
sloppy
sloppy
Oh,
gosh.
I could
We have
live
sloppy
off of
joes
them
at our
things.
house like
Yeah.
at least
Once a
once
week,
fucking
yeah.
week. Every fucking
They're
week. It's
extra
like sloppy
sloppy.
joes. They're sloppy.
They
They are sloppy.
for you.
Because it's easy. Like, you know what I mean? It's
I love sloppy
can-
joes.
I
Yeah.
commute so much that it's like something that's quick that
If they made deer pizza, it'd be curtains.
shut the fuck up. I don't see your fat. Listen, you have like a 7-minute fucking ride. My ride is an hour.
That's tough. When you see one car on the way, it gets rough.
I know, you poor thing. You sat in so much traffic.
I have to turn my high beams off one time on the ride to work.
Oh my goodness.
Poor baby.
Mine's short too. I got a 7-minute commute.
Yep.
I come
Mine's
home at
11.
lunch.
Mine's
I
11
used to.
No, it's an hour from. By the time I take Reese to daycare, it's an hour.
I don't know if the old vanilla gorilla would let me out for lunch.
Oh God, the warden.
I haven't talked to him in a couple weeks. I wonder if he's killed anything else.
Reese called him a douchebag.
He's killed some does.
Has he? Oh, good for him.
I thought he was a buck guy.
He is.
A lot of them older dudes, man, like that's their thing. They shoot bucks.
Yeah, what is it with the older generation? Shooting does is like nay.
I think it was like back in the day. I think they thought that it was conservation to shoot just bucks and let the does live. I think that's what they just didn't understand what they was doing. Like
You
I
gotta
gotta
keep your doe numbers right.
that-
That's
Yeah.
when you need a guy like me.
That's what freaked me out when I first moved here. Is in Utah, you didn't shoot does. So I'm like, what do you mean they shoot does
I'd
here?
still be
like,
in
that,
prison
like,
out
fucked
there.
me up.
Like,
You'd be in
why you
straight
can't eat this
prison.
bitch?
But no, you didn't shoot does.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Which I would never live there.
My pops. I got a picture of him. So one of his good buddies told me that he would not shoot a doe. He'd shoot a button buck, but he wouldn't shoot a doe. I got a picture of my dad pointing to. It's a picture of him at a deer hanging. He's pointing to the
nuts
the
on
spirals.
The buttons.
Yeah, because he was like, it ain't no doe. You know what I mean? Like that was his thing. He wouldn't shoot no does.
Oh, shit.
Fuck out of here.
I know. It's
Shit,
like,
my dad was like Rambo on those.
he was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
I wonder what the bag limits were back then too. Wonder if it was.
It was used to be a lot. I thought it was a lot lower.
Yeah.
It was a lot lower not that long ago. I mean, they definitely have upped.
Shit, the one year the does with a bow was
Unlimited?
Yeah.
NDA.
bring that back.
No.
Unlimited toes, bring them back.
I have nightmares
How about you
that
just shoot them
cooler.
and don't check them in?
I don't know anything about that.
No, I mean,
NDA came out this year. We've shot more 3.5-year-old bucks than ever in the history of whitetail hunting.
People are letting them walk.
Letting them walk. Fuckers.
It's because everybody harasses you on Facebook. God.
Yeah.
should have let him go one more. Yeah.
Keyboard warriors out there.
What do you think this thing scores? Who cares?
He's a dick. Go fuck
Take up
yourself.
a quarter of your freezer. That's how I'm scoring it.
Yeah.
Can't stand that shit. When people, what do you think this bug scores? Who cares?
If you want to know what it scores, fucking mess with yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
it takes a second.
Exactly.
See, I don't know that I know that you've talked about hunting certain properties that have all these fucking rules. I don't think I could do it. It's like, oh, it's got to be like
have to have the
187 inches.
You have to
and
have the pictures to
4.5
back it up.
years,
A
and
20-inch spread. Yeah.
Fucking October 7th at 7 p.m. and a full moon
The
and no
7th at
clouds.
7.
And, you know what I mean? It's like there's so many fucking rules. I couldn't do it. I get kicked out the first
Depends
time.
on what it looks like.
I feel like if I have my own property though, I'm gonna manage it. But I'm doing like what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not putting no like strict standards. Like it has to be this. I'm doing shoot a nice buck.
Yeah.
You know, don't. I'm saying age. Like let's try to get 3.5-year-old bucks and older.
Yeah.
That's what I want. You know
Mine
what I mean?
is, if you're going to shoot it, it's got to go on the wall.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Other
we
than
had,
that,
we had bucks at our house this year, but they were small. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
We
The one,
didn't even-
we had 2 8s, but they were tiny. I mean, they were
the
little
one had
eights. They were-
mass. He just
He
had
just-
no
there was
length.
just no
if
length
if I'd
to
seen
it.
him in
I
the
know
tree,
how that is, dude.
it'd have been curtains.
Yeah. There
Like
was
built
like
like
one.
a tuna can.
Yeah.
There was one.
Might not be big, but
What?
it's cute as hell.
There was one buck we saw on there, but we
It's
saw him
symmetrical.
one time, and he, you know, I'm sure with that cornfield and everything there, he was just cruising through.
You
but
could hear him going through the corn. Was this enough to piss you off?
They love bedding that corn early
that
season.
damn dog, she hits the yard, and you see her. She's gone. Like she sees one out there, she's gone.
She got
Sitting in the tree, and I could hear her yelling at the dog, "Get back here!" Then this doe walked in, and she's no longer with us.
Get the air out of her.
I'm like, I don't let the dogs out when he's out there. You know what I mean? Because Ivy will she'll book it back there, and
Yeah.
she's so stupid. She'd be like, like under
Go
the
right to your stand?
Like, oh yeah,
We're having dog for dinner, honey.
yeah. So I'm
Oh,
like,
I'd be.
and I'm telling all the kids, don't let the fucking dogs out. Like, do not even open the door. Like, just don't, because she will. She'll be right under that stand.
Yeah.
She's simple.
I killed a couple there this year, but nothing.
No, we didn't go. We didn't go crazy there this year.
Well, did you guys? I know personally, I hit every goal. Well, pretty much every goal that I wanted to this year. I got my son a deer, which was
Hell yeah.
That's a moment that will just be seared in
never
my memory
forget.
forever.
Yep.
And
And
that
his,
was
like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
his-
lifetime memory
That
there.
boy was fired up.
Oh my god, he was so cute.
his first deer with Dad. He's still got that bullet sitting on his dresser.
Yeah.
And he
The
told
empty
all his-
cartridge?
yeah,
That's
he told all his friends at school like.
Yeah.
There's still some loaded cartridges laying on the ground in the
There
ground.
probably
body.
is.
There is.
Is there?
Yeah.
Look at the primer.
They're
There's
dents,
dents.
yep.
Yeah. I those bullets were bad, dude.
Yeah.
It
Get your
wasn't-
shit together, 223.
That's sketchy.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, real
Especially
scary.
with your kid. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
I'm just glad that it all came together,
they
though.
did.
Yeah, I'm glad it was just 2 button bucks because they heard me ratcheting rounds. They just look over
Hey,
at
Jeffro,
me.
what's that?
They're just chewing sideways, looking at the blind. They're 20 yards away.
Right.
Really, I think they were probably 25 yards, and they heard me ratchet or chamber.
There was
4
at
rounds.
least there was at least 3 or 4 laying on the ground.
Yeah, I think it was 4 that I
I was going
chambered.
to send him a picture of them.
I couldn't believe that was the fucking wildest thing ever. I'm just glad it came together. that was my main goal, and then a buck to put on the wall. I was hoping to get one that was a Pope and Young, but my main goal was just something that I was proud of. Because I know he didn't make Pope and Young, but he
looks good under the light.
I'm proud of him.
He looks good under the light.
He's a hell of a buck, and to get him on public land makes it even sweeter. So it was, for me, this year, it was probably my best year ever. With those two things, with getting a nice buck, got 6 does, and Wyatt got himself a deer. So I couldn't be happier with the year for me. There was nothing more I could have asked for out of a hunting season. I just pray I get at least one more.
Yeah.
One more hunting season.
How many more deer do you need?
Just one more. Just one more.
What about you, Johnny? How in reflection, how do you feel about this year?
I feel good about it. I wish I would have been more patient on a couple of the deer that I did shoot and didn't find. So that's my goal for next year, to be more patient, because you have more time than what you really think you do. But just be more patient.
Yeah. Brandy?
Some of my goals. I mean, I told you I wanted to shoot, kill a couple with my new crossbow, and I did, and I was happy about that. Rifle season still fucks me up, but again, like you said, more patient. I see that buck walk out there, and I'm like instantly like, I got to shoot it right now. You know what I mean? I don't give it enough time to get into the right position to where I'm rushing it, and then so it's just more patience for sure. But I'm still happy. I mean, I got deer on the ground, and it was a good season.
What about you, Big
I don't
Kev?
even want to hear it. I
I was just going to say it was a slow year. it was
I
a
can't
slow
stand
year.
you. My God.
It was slow.
Oh, yeah.
COVID, you need to go away.
Yeah.
The last 2 years have been good, but they can always be better.
Yeah. Are you happy with your performance overall this year?
Yeah, it was a good year.
If you say no, I'm going to punch you straight in the balls. I swear to God.
I mean, put them on the ground. I have 2 going on the wall, so
Hell yeah.
all in all, good year.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Well,
That was a good year.
that's what I like to hear.
My man said my deer was small, but fuck you. So it is what it is.
He's busting your balls. He is.
Well,
We'll find out in a couple months when I get it back.
The thing about it, though, is as long as you're proud of it and you're proud to hang it on your wall, it doesn't fucking matter what anyone
If it's a
else
doe,
thinks
I'm
of it.
getting jacked up. It don't matter to me. I'm wanting to
Yeah.
rip one off
It's
after I kill a doe.
that's what, I'm lucky if I make it out of the stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Looking back towards next year, see what it is.
New property, new
Yep.
experience.
I'm really pumped about next year, about just all the opportunity that lies ahead. The Sika hunting is exciting and it's new. I got a lot of hang-ons. I feel like we finally got port dialed in. Like I feel like I know that property well now.
Yeah. We've figured out that our little section is the
It's
worst.
ass. Yeah. But we know that property now well.
Wonder if what we could do, maybe to make it better, maybe more bedding on our little area.
Sorry,
Yeah.
hinge cutting
Hinge
trees,
cut.
we could
Yeah.
hinge cut some trees over there.
minerals.
Yeah, we could
Rack
put some
rock.
minerals over there, rack rock in the off
Rack
season.
rock.
Go pee in your neighbor's spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Keep repelling out
Get a
there.
little-
every
little
morning I'm
seasonings.
gonna drink my cup of coffee and shoot over there and take a
Yeah.
shit right under his tree stand.
Just run a hose over to them.
Yeah, we'll take a bush hog out there and cut all the bedding down over there.
Yep.
a good idea.
Fucking make it just clear over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn his spot into a field.
Drop all the trees. Nothing left.
All right. Anybody else got anything? Got anything else?
I don't think so. Thank
Well,
you.
Hey, thank you guys
Anytime.
for coming. Always a pleasure.
But hell yeah.
Looking forward to next year. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for tuning in with us. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.